Not only Kev, Bill and Ellie in action, but the team from China proving to be very strong, with Xiaoqin producing the highest score on any apparatus for the week at 9.850, and China now winning 2 of the 3 gold medals decided so far in this evening competition. But it continues. Now we go to the uneven bars start list, and there's a name at number 8, Monette Russo. Can she add to her bronze medal? Liz, she has some formidable competition.
Yes, I think the best of them will be Beth Tweddle from Great Britain. I must say I'm unashamedly a fan of hers. She's got a beautiful routine, combinations, 2 releases in a row, a 3rd release on the high bar, high to low, low to high, and if she sticks her dismount, I think that she's going to take the gold today.
Well, we've had Brennan Darrick doing plenty of work. I wonder if Alana's going to do the same. Alana Slater telling us all about what is required on the uneven bars.
The uneven bars are the most spectacular apparatus of the women's competition. The skills performed on bars will test the girls' strength, courage and concentration. The entire routine should flow from one movement to the next without pauses or extra swings. Watch out for high-flying release moves. 3 are required. 1 that goes from low bar to catch the high bar and vice versa, and a 3rd that releases and catches the same bar. Releases are combined with pirouettes and various alternating grips, like the top grip, reverse grip, and eagle grip. Judges look for straight body lines and a pirouette move that finishes close to vertical on top of the bar. Legs must be together during skills, and a dismount landing is best with no movement of the feet or arms.
It is a spectacular apparatus, there's no doubt about that. And in recent years, I've got to say, it has belonged to one gymnast, and she's not here today, which is very sad, Svetlana Khorkina.
Yes, we're certainly missing her. She made her international debut, of course, in Brisbane in 1994, and since then has amassed 2 Olympic titles and 5 World Championship titles in a row between 1995 and 2001. And uncharacteristically missed the uneven bars, her release in the 2004 Olympics, and bowed out in 8th spot. But gee, she was an absolute queen on this apparatus. Indeed she was. So we're about to get underway to decide the gold medal on the uneven bars. Here is our first competitor, and China once again very well represented. It's a strong field though, and this is Fan Ye. Just 19 years of age. She starts with an eagle grip. Work good, nice release. Little short on that cast. May I say it, she set the bar high. Is the key going to be the dismount? If you can stick your dismount, you're well on your way? I think you have to stick your dismount, but there's so much happening in the middle of the routine that can go wrong. Judges are definitely looking for height in the releases, so she's way above that bar. You can see it in the picture there. The pirouettes need to be completed on top of the bar, and every cast needs to go completely to handstand. And I did mention in that routine she was short on 1 cast. Nevertheless, beautiful routine. Once again, clearing the bar nicely for the dismount. A 19-year-old student and one of the lightest gymnasts here, tipping the scales at 33 kilograms, which means she could probably ride half of the top weight in the Melbourne Cup, just about. Glenn Boss is in no fear. But let's have a look at her score. As you said, she set the bar pretty well. First up, a 9.475.
That is the immediate target for Chellsie Memmel, Liukin, Beth Tweddle, and of course Australia's own Monette Russo. She'll be coming up shortly. Chellsie Memmel, the all-around champion, and you can see the determination and the competitiveness on her face, and she's just quite extraordinary in that area.
She's actually world champion on this apparatus at the moment. She came into the 2003 World Championships as an alternate and ended up competing. Teammates had illness and injury, and she came in and won the uneven bar title. It just shows you how tough she is. Missed last year's Olympics because she was injured for Olympic trials and just made it to be an alternate, but terrific routine here. Nice and high. Very dynamic swing. Here we're coming into her signature move, this dismount. She stoops in, goes to eagle grip, and straight into the dismount. Father Andy Memmel already had one magic moment last night watching his daughter win the all-around title. It's a great bar routine, but I'm thinking that step forward's going to cost her a bit.
She is the second on this apparatus tonight. Of course, Monette Russo coming up shortly. She is the final competitor. So Monette won't be far away.
What's impressive about this bar routine is the sheer amplitude of all the swings. See at the height of the backswing there. Takes everything to the nth degree. And this eagle grip's very hard to hang on with. A little bit of leg separation and a little hop forward. They're the two obvious deductions in the routine. See that eagle grip?
9.587. It's good enough to take the lead from Fanier. So Chellsie with a 9.587 is the new leader. Two down, 6 to go. The last of those, Monette Russo. But the standard tonight on all apparatus so far has just been so high. The team and individual performances from China quite extraordinary.
Here's a girl who knows what it's like to medal on this apparatus at World Championships. She won the bronze in 1996. First release, extremely difficult. Hop full. Straight into that 1.5 twist. Oh, she's missed it. Now she made it in the qualification, missed it in the finals last night. And just a little too far. Actually, she's not too far. She's just in the wrong position to really grab it. Got to be at enough stretch to catch. Too close and too far are both no good. So shame for her. It's been a disappointing championship. She was expecting to get into floor finals. She missed out there and didn't quite have her best night in the all-around final last night as well. Second fall.
Dear.
No, this is no good.
You can see that's all it takes is just one error and your chance of gold just disappears completely. And now she is quite shattered and emotionally destroyed, having 2 falls in 60 seconds.
Well, it's also not a pretty fall. The other thing, of course, the girls only competed last night and very little rest in between.
Bit of disappointment for Isabel Svetlana. It hasn't been a good week for her.
It's a very hard move to do. 1.5 twists.
just seemed to catch the bar on her wrist, didn't
yeah.
she?
She just loses her grip underneath the bar. It's a very unusual thing to do on an element like that.
Well, I guess it'll be back to run the communications company for Isabel.
Now we can see that they're putting plenty of chalk on the bar now. I suspect she's feeling it was a little bit of a slippery bar, but it is up to the gymnast to prepare the bar correctly for themselves. Of course, the start value will drop down quite dramatically because the elements that she fell on, that she won't be given the value of those.
And there is no law or rule saying that you must use a certain rosin or liquid or whatever on the bar. I mean, you talk about the Chinese using honey, or you can use anything you like so long as it sticks.
Well, I think traditionally most people use magnesium. There's a bit of honey or a bit of water with some sugar in it. I don't know that anything's forbidden, because I don't know that anyone's tried to use anything. I don't know if anyone's tried to put chewing gum on it yet.
Tarzan's grip.
It's okay for some elements, but not for others. Certainly no good for the release elements, is it?
Oh dear. Well, the judges taking quite some time for the score.
And they may very
now,
well.
would they be using the video?
It's possible. So what happens if... Well, I'm not sure, because I think they just haven't even come up with a start value yet. They can only use the video if the gymnast disagrees with the start value. Then they request the judge to review the video. I think they're just trying to work out what value they're going to give everything, because some of the combinations weren't there. She did a hop full into that def, so the combination value between the hop full and the def, that disappears. The difficulty for the def disappears, as does the difficulty rating for the element she was trying on the low bar.
Yeah, and there you can see, paying the price for the two falls. The start value of 8.4, 6.787. This is Paulina Miller from Russia. Another teenager making her World Championship debut. Don't forget, coming up shortly, Monette Russo.
So pirouettes into a Jaeger release. Toe on Kachev, that's nice.
Pretty solid performance from Paulina Miller. We'll take a break, come back and check her score, and we'll also look at Monette Russo on the uneven bars.
So Miller performing a reasonable bar routine, lacking a little bit of body tension, sometimes some leg tension throughout. But she should be happy, start to finish, no errors.
And a score of 9.462, so that at the moment leaves her in third place behind Chellsie Memmel. We have 4 gymnasts remaining, and the last of that 4 to come is Monette Russo. And here is Nastia Liukin, the sensational 16-year-old from the United States. You look at her parents, she was literally bred to win, bred to be a champion. Was Nastia, but she had to settle for silver in the all-around.
The silver medalist from the all-around, representing the United States of America.
Beautiful bar routine here, showing exceptional body lines, beautiful handstand positions. Nice pirouette into an endo circle. Stalled a half to eagle. Coach may stand in for the release. Catches it well, a little bit better than last night even. Question is, will her endurance allow her to do a good dismount? Had a big comp last night. Sticks it.
This could be her time. "16 years of age, the daughter of the great Valerie Liukin. Her mother was a very, very exceptional rhythmic gymnast. And now she's carrying on the family tradition.
And very little to deduct in this routine. Everything taken to its end point. Here's that ginger taken from a different angle. And the dismount, a double layout. Stretches it nicely and judging the landing perfectly.
Needs better than a 9.587 to take the lead.
Well, she lost the all-around title by 1,000th of a point last night.
Gentlemen, we have a new leader.
And we do. We've got a new leader here with Nastia Liukin scoring a 9.662. At the moment it is America 1, 2, China 3. But we have Beth Tweddle still to come, and of course Australia's Monette Russo.
Now, Beth Tweddle is also a remarkable bar routine, completely different style than Liukin. Multiple releases, I think I counted about 5 different releases in a routine. But it's absolutely critical that she sticks the dismount perfectly if she wants the gold here. Beautiful release-release combination. Never seen it done before. Here's the third release. Underswing, straight up to the high bar. Good dynamics. Can she stick it? It might be enough for the silver, but I don't know that she's going to wrestle the gold from Liukin. It's such an entertaining bar routine. I don't know if I spotted a little bit of...
Yeah, on the right knee, she appears to have cut it.
Yeah. There's that Markelov. Now, she has to judge that perfectly to get enough swing to do this ginger straight out of it. Toe on, Kachev. And here comes the dismount. Yeah, it looks like she's got a little bit of a cut on her knee. Oh, looks a bit worried. Don't know what's happened there. Didn't spot anything during the routine. Maybe she scraped it during the Markelov. Well, she got bronze in 2003, missed the bar final in Athens. She was in the first round of qualification, and the scores were a bit low and didn't make it through. But she's since remodeled this bar routine to great effect.
Britain's most successful gymnast, but it's not going to give her the lead, and it's not going to give her a second spot. She'll have to settle at the moment for third, 9.575. Liukin first, Memmel second, Tweddle third, Fanier fourth. And with just 2 gymnasts to come, the last being Monette. How'd you be feeling at this very moment, having seen what you've seen ahead of her?
Oh, I think that she can get out there and enjoy herself. She's got nothing to lose. She qualified in with a 9.4, so no, she can go out and try her best, see what happens.
Here's another 16-year-old from Japan, Mayuka Kuroda, making her World Championship debut.
Nice pirouette.
Right into handstand. Now that little soul circle is a compositional deduction at this level. Oh, that's a great routine. It may not place her in the medals, but she can be well pleased with her efforts.
She's tiny.
Here we can see that Jaeger. She's got nice body lines. There's a lightness about her on this apparatus and sets this dismount. Look how high she goes. Pure joy. One of the few girls who has a nice toe point and knees together on the front salto dismounts.
You can only wonder what the competition is going to be like in Beijing, can't you? I mean, we're seeing 16-year-olds at the moment producing this. Well, they're not happy. It's a 9.525, and I think a lot of the fans in this packed stadium think she should have scored a little better. It leaves her in 4th place. But here is the moment once again for Australia. She'll put the tremendous drama and excitement of last night behind her, come out and perform on the uneven bars. Monet, good luck.
So you have to be proud of Manette's efforts. She hasn't put a foot wrong this whole championships. And here we see that Healy turn into the Jaeger, catching at a good distance from the bar.
At the moment, she's looking at a score of 9.576 or better for a medal.
I'm not so sure with this dismount she's going to quite get that. She has completed the whole bar routine very nicely.
Score of, no, it's not. It's a 9.412. And that leaves her in 7th place. So the gold goes to this young lady from the United States, Nastia Liukin. The silver to Chellsie Memmel. And the bronze to Great Britain's Beth Tweddle. So let's check our results here. A thrilling competition with Nastia Liukin coming out and producing a superb performance to score 9.662. So the Americans now have dominated here in World Championships for the last 3, 2002, 2003. And Chellsie Memmel takes the silver. As I said, Elizabeth Tweddle also in the medals. She takes the